What is going on today, guys? We're gonna be reviewing the Dudley Boyz Elite 2-pack. I do think this is a Mattel Creations exclusive, so y'all already know I picked this up at the Mattel store. Dudley Boyz are a very revolutionary tag team in the hardcore scene. They kind of brought the hardcore scene to mainstream with the Hardy Boys and Edge and Christian and such, with matches like TLC. But yeah, this is a really cool 2-pack. It comes with lots of accessories, 2 figures. So I don't want to talk about this too much. Let's take a quick look at the box. You can see the figures on the front, Bubba and Devon. What is good with y'all? Today we got a special 2-pack. We have the Dudley Boyz 2-pack, the ECW World Tag Team Champions. I do believe that this is a Mattel Creations exclusive, and y'all know I picked this up at the Mattel store, so this is a really good find. Dudley Boyz are really influential in the tag team scene, maybe one of the best tag teams of all time, top 5 for sure, very influential in what they did, and put on great matches with the likes of Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, the Hardy Bros, and also Edge and Christian and their TLC matches. But yeah, I really want to get this out of the box, so take a look at the box real quick. We got the figures on the front, Bubba Ray, Devon. We got a big card picture of him right here. Another big card picture of them on the back with a little bit of a description. And then Dudley Boyz right here. Dudley Boyz on the top. So it's really cool packaging, but yeah, I really want to get this one out. So let's not wait no more. This one does have a lot of accessories. Alright, so we got the figures out of the box, and these are all the accessories that it came with. First things off though, it came with, this is the inside of the box. Is like a, hold up, I don't want to fuck up the box. But it's like the John Cena one. It's like a little background for your figure. But yeah, so these are all the accessories that came with it. Of course, you do get tables, which is a pretty cool addition. You don't really see a lot of weapons with Elite figures. But let's take a look at Devon Dudley's accessories first. Alright, so taking a look at Devon's accessories, you obviously gotta have the ECW World Tag Team Champions up in there. Now these, I believe, maybe they are the first time that we've ever seen ECW World Tag Team Champions. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not have this belt, so it is really cool to have these in the collection. Also going on with Devon's accessories, we get his signature white glasses with no lenses and like a black tape down the middle. You do get this chain from Devon. Kind of reminds me of the Darby Allin silver chain. Here that is. And then for interchangeable hands, you get 3 pairs. You get the you can't see me hands. So you got the like open palm hands right here. And Devon does have tape around all his fingers, and I think that's a cool addition that they added that. You get the fist hands for punching, and you know, obviously you gotta get some of those. And you get the mock holding hands, which I always say this always come with the figures no matter what. And then you obviously get a table, one for Devon and one for Bubba. But yeah, let's take a look at Bubba's accessories now. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that they do get the same amount of accessories, but I do think that Bubba Ray's are a little bit better because he gets this amazing cloth goods shirt right here. It says Dudley Boyz on the front and 3D, the Dudley Death Drop. That is actually the reason it is called 3D, because Dudley Death Drop, that is 3Ds right there. But yes, no Velcro, so that's pretty cool, very stretchy, you know. And I think this is a really cool shirt, and you can actually take this one off, and it's just Bubba Ray shirtless because he does not wrestle without a shirt. But yeah, and then you get Bubba's signature black glasses with the white tape down the middle, no lenses, because that is how they do it. And then you got his red, white, looks like black on the camera, but it is blue, I'm pretty sure, in real life. Let me take a closer look. No, that is black actually. But you got his head wrap, so that's pretty cool. And then for interchangeable hands, you don't get you do get fist figures. I just forgot to take them off of the figure. So let me take those off real quick. Alright, so for the interchangeable hands, you get 2 You Can't See Me hands, standard, pale skin tone. You get 2 fisting hands and 2 mic holding hands. And, you know, they always gotta come with that. But yes, that is all the accessories that the Dudley Boyz 2-pack comes with. And I think that is a shit ton of accessories. But I want to review these figures now, so let's get to it. Alright, so the first one out of the 2 figures that we are going to be looking at, let me adjust my tripod real quick. Alright, it's going to be Bubba Ray Dudley. So looking at his figure here, I'm going to keep the shirt on at all times because he does not wrestle without a shirt, or at least I have never seen him. And I'm so glad that they did not just paint on a shirt on him and be cheap. I'm so glad that they gave us the cloth goods. But you know, if you gotta pay that extra money, it's worth it for this like cloth good and all the extra stuff that they're giving you. So I'm happy they didn't skip out on that. The articulation on this figure is pretty good. You get your good ab crunch. You do get double jointed elbows right here. Looking at the face scan, I can definitely see a young, intense Bubba Ray Dudley right there. Maybe you could see like an older Undertaker when Undertaker had short hair and you got the little design on the back. But yes, you do get double jointed arms. Articulation is smooth like butter. You know, ab crunch too. But it could be a little hard to pose around with the shirt. As you can see right here, it is a little bit limited with the shirt because the shirt might get stuck in the joints. But yeah, let's move down to the shorts. Alright, so looking at the shorts right here, but this is what Bubba looks like without a shirt. It's the plain old torso, but it looks like they do give him like a Samoa Joe mold for the shorts and the torso. You do get the thick knee pads right here. They're like extra long right there. On the shorts, you got 3D, and you got 3D on the wrestling boots, but not on this one. But yeah, this one is a cool figure. I do like the articulation and all the details that they put into this shirt. And the head scan, I do think the head scan looks like him. And it looks just like him when you put the accessories on him. Here's him with his head wrap. But one problem is that you can't really put the glasses and the head wrap on at the same time. It doesn't really fit. But yeah, I do like this Bubba Ray Dudley. This is actually my first Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon Dudley, so I'm happy to have these in the collection. But let's move on to Devon Dudley. Alright, here is the Devon Dudley figure. And they did not give Devon cloth overalls and shirt, sadly. It would be cool to see that as well. But looking at the Devon figure, taking off his white sunglasses so we can get a better look at this face scan. I do really think that this face scan looks like him. You can very much see the resemblance. They did a really good job on both of these figures' face scans. You got another design on the back of Devon's hair right there. But the articulation on this figure is a little meh. It's okay, not better than the Bubba Ray. Ab crunch is a little stiff, which can be a blessing sometimes if you're trying to hit a pose. But butterfly joints, or not butterfly joints, but you know, right here, the shoulder joints are smooth, or not too smooth, but they're stiff. I think this one is a little more stiff than the other one, which is sometimes can be a good thing, as I said right now. You do get double jointed elbows. And for the design, you got the same shirt that Bubba has right here. He knocked out on the table, but it's covered up by the overalls and it's purple. Yeah, it is the same on the back. And I think this is a new mold that they gave for his torso maybe, and also a new leg mold, which is pretty cool to see. But you also did get the thick knee pads on the Devon and the 3D on the other side, except instead of the other boot. But yeah, that's a pretty cool figure. Definitely go pick these one up. Out of the two, I would have to say for figure wise that I prefer Bubba. I do think his articulation is better and his accessories are better. But I think that they did give the Devon a new mold, so I'm happy that they did that. But figure-wise, I do think that they did do a better job on the Bubba Ray. Oh, real quick, they have pinless knees, and for the joints, Devon has ball joints, and I think Bubba has truck joints. No, Bubba has ball joints as well, so no need to worry about the joints snapping off. But yeah, let's get some poses with these two fools. Alright, right here is our first pose. We have a mid-motion Dudley death drop, aka 3D. These figures are really fun to pose around. With all their, like, you can pose around their extreme spots and stuff like that. But they are really fun to pose around. Our victim today is going to be Bryan Danielson. But here is a mid-motion Dudley death drop. No problem when posing these figures around, however. My bad, wrong word, not however, but whatsoever. The stiff joints were actually a blessing for the Devon. It really helped me get in those mid-motion positions. And then the loose joints for Bubba right here are also good. And then no problem standing with these two. I think these two have incredible balance, which is pretty surprising considering the mold that they use for Bubba Ray Dudley. But yes, here is the first pose for you. We have a mid-motion Dudley death drop. Maybe we can get an action shot in. Let's try it. Oh my god, Bubba Ray. Oh, hold up, let me restart. Oh my god, Bubba Ray just told Devon Dudley to get the tables. Y'all know what comes after that. That means they're getting ready for the Dudley death drop, aka the 3D. Bryan Danielson is knocked out on the floor right now. Bubba Ray picking him up, getting him ready. In the 3D position, Devon Dudley's got to get ready too. He's in position for the catch, the interception that he's about to catch for the 3D. Here goes Bubba. Flapjack position. Devon Dudley, 3. Table didn't break. Run it back, run it back. 3D. We're counting 3D. For the Dudley boys. That was pretty sick. Alright, so I tampered with the table a little bit and I broke it by myself with my own bare hands just to make sure that it wouldn't break. And you kind of got to soften it up, but you also got to kind of got to get some oomph in that bitch. So, run it back, round 2. Bubba Ray Dudley hoisting up Bryan Danielson in the flapjack position. Devon Dudley, boom, 3. The table explodes into, oh my god, what a spot that was. The Dudley death drop. Bryan Danielson looks like he's dead. Boom. But yeah, let's get one more pose. Or maybe an action shot. We'll do one action shot and one more pose. So, y'all remember when the Usos were in their legendary tag team run and they started using the Dudley Boyz 3D, but they called it the 1D because it was the ones. So I figured that the Dudley Boyz could steal a move from the Usos with a double Uso splash. So let's set that up right now. Alright, bros. So right here we got the Lucha Lowrider. We got this one. We reviewed it in the last one, so go check out that video. I'll put that one at the end. But you know, that Lucha Lowrider will make it more extreme. So we're gonna have Bubba sit at the top right here, and we're gonna set Devon up on the Lucha Lowrider over there. Let me go walk over there. So your boy does not have a ring right now. His ring is currently in the storage compartment. But so we got the 2 figures set up right here. Let me go over there by the Bubba to do the action shot. So when you don't have a ring, it got to be creative. And I'm gonna be using my dining room table. Let's get to it. Oh shit, man. What are the Dudley boys thinking here? They're gonna kill this man, Bryan Danielson. Devon, get ready. Y'all, did y'all just hear that from Bubba Ray Dudley? He just told Devon to get ready. Oh my god. Oh shit. That was not planned. Let me fix that real quick. Devon, get ready. Oh shit. Oh, the Dudley Death Dive. That's a good name. The Dudley Death Dive to Bryan Danielson. They might have killed this man. Both tables went flying. One of the table pieces went flying out of the ring. What an insane, crazy spot. That was a crazy spot right there. Alright guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I personally had a lot of fun making this video. I've been waiting to open these figures for a while. I was a little busy lately, and so now I got time to make the video, and these figures are hella fun. I've always wanted some Dudley Boyz in my collection, and I finally got one, and I'm pretty sure that these are their best variants. But yeah, definitely do recommend getting these figures on the Mattel store online, Mattel Creations, whatever it's called, Mattel store in person. You could go to Frank & Sons, which is this like yearly toy con, but it happens year round, if you know what I mean. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. And then you could go to Comic-Con and find these, but you should definitely pick these figures up if they are for a good price, and if you can, find them. But yeah, which one do y'all like better, figure version? Me personally, I like the Bubba figure better, but in real life, I like Devon better. I subscribe to his YouTube channel, you know, shout out to Devon's YouTube channel. But yeah, really did enjoy these figures. And I'm thinking of starting my own pick fed again once I get most of my figures out of my storage. I wanted to start a pick fed back in the early days when I used to be called AC Wrestling Figures, but stuff got busy, never really came to fruition. So maybe I can get my homeboy a call again. We can run back the pick fed draft, and maybe we'll actually stick to it this time. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy the video. Drop me a follow or a like or whatever, and shit, tune in for the next time. Peace out, fools.